As a young age, many people are taught the basics of Rosa Parks. She was an important African American figure who stood up for herself. Although, there is so much more to the story than we were just taught in third grade. Rosa Parks was not only an African activist, but she was overall really heavily influenced and involved in the civil rights movement. Rosa Parks was often called the mother of the civil rights movement. She was known to aid with the ongoing struggle of racial inequality. One of the most well-known stories is when she refused to give up her seat on the bus. During this movement, black citizens were told to stand in the back of the bus. When a white man came up to her, telling her and her friend to give up their seat, she refused. It was on December 1st of 1955 that she was put in jail for the refusal of giving up this seat. This would soon become one of the most monumental stories in history that is still talked about today. It is highlighted how she wasn't going to stand for the treatment she was receiving, and no one should. This discrimination of color had gone on for too long, and somebody needed to step up and make a change. This occurrence sparked passion for others to stand up and make a change. It's like a domino effect. Once one person does it, then everybody starts doing it. So following this came the Montgomery bus boycott, which was led by 17,000 black citizens. This is a lot of people, and it exemplifies how it only takes one person to stand up, or in this case, sit down, to make a change. One must have integrity and strength to be able to stand up and do the right thing, and that's exactly what Rosa Parks did. Overall, this event had a huge impact on society, and it still does today. Although this bus event was one of the most known, Rosa Parks made many other contributions to society. For example, she started the Montgomery bus boycott. She was secretary and leader of the NAACP and was an involved activist for many other civil rights movements. She was later awarded the Martin Luther King Jr. Award and honored for her brave efforts. Rosa Parks was born into a family of past indentured servants, and she was raised by her mother. Her mother educated her at home, and she would work around the house doing her chores and more things. Her family endured many hardships and struggles growing up. They lived in Montgomery, Alabama, which is a community well known for their discrimination, and it was very visible. It didn't help that she was a very small child, and she was often sick. These hardships she endured just pushed her to become the person she was. She was a hardworking student and worked to become better for her mother and grandmother. Rosa Parks is a prime example of someone a child should look up to. Overall, she took steps many people were not willing to take without worrying about the consequences that could have come. Sometimes it's important to look at what will come in the end rather than the short-term issues, and that's what she did. Overall, I chose to write about Rosa Parks for many different reasons. The first one would be because I think she is one of the most influential people in the civil era, and one of the most talked about. I feel like I often struggle with choosing the path left traveled on. I would rather choose something that other people have already done before, and I feel like I would not do what Rosa Parks did in this situation and stand up for myself, even though I feel like that's a very brave thing she did. I'm often scared of challenges and newness that will come and choose the easy way. So I aspire to be like Rosa Parks and make a change in not only my life, but society as a whole. If we look at the pictures of Rosa Parks on this bus and just as a child, you can see that she was very tiny and not like growing up able to have an education that we are all gifted with today, but she still made the best of it. She was taught by her mom for math and reading and all of those things, and still grew up to be very successful and very good with reading, writing, and things like that. And she still took care of her parents, even though she was often sick herself. Did all of these things. So if someone ever has an excuse of why they can't do something, Rosa Parks is just one of the many examples of why you still can do that thing. So I overall chose to write about her because I feel like there's a lot more to Rosa Parks than the one story we get told every single year about her giving up the seat on the bus. And after doing more research, I saw all the important things that she aided towards her community and how she helped progress the civil era and how she helped discrimination today. Thank you.